So YouTube has always been an interesting and creative space. If you're someone like me, you may have remembered the good old days where we all saw the first growth and emergence of different trends on this platform. What once started with simple things like tech reviews and comedy skits, we later saw a round of different trends coming up, such as money style shows, ASMR, and even minimalism. Now, out of all the things I've mentioned within this past year, I would say one of the most interesting niches that we saw was stimulus check YouTube. So in this video, we're going to go over exactly what stimulus check YouTube is all about and share with you exactly where this came from, what it is, and how it's doing. So believe it or not, I was actually a quote-unquote stimulus check YouTuber. I started my channel about 2 years back in the personal finance niche, and somehow I got dragged into the credit card scene when one of my credit card videos started to blow up. I had made a video unboxing the first release of the revamped American Express Gold Card when I had received it. Alright guys, don't want to make this video too long, but welcome to the channel. I'm going to be unboxing My channel started to pick up after that. I kept milking the credit card algorithm and made related videos to that. And before I knew it, I was a credit card YouTuber. Now things were going pretty well. I had my affiliate set up with some of the major banks. My channel was getting some consistent views, and we were able to build the community to a pretty good amount. People were giving me such positive feedback. I did do some credit card points and miles speaking gigs last year. I was traveling a whole bunch, and out of nowhere, the pandemic hit.
Today, Washington State and Snohomish Health District officials announced the first U.S. case of a 2019 novel coronavirus.
Scientists always warn us about some new weird death virus.
The only way China could be locking down cities any harder would be if the coronavirus were protesting for Hong Kong's independence.
When this pandemic actually hit, the credit card market was hit one of the hardest out of all the ones that we saw.
The breakdown in yields raising new concerns in the credit market, as if we didn't have enough to worry about. Let's bring in Steve Leishman to talk more about this, where health crisis, sort of market semi-crisis, now bleeding into credit problems.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a natural extension of what's going on.
Almost instantly, banks started to pull out of the affiliate network. CPM started to drop, and we also saw a ton of approval rates go down significantly. So while I was hitting some record high months within my own revenue goals, everything sort of disappeared overnight. I wasn't sure exactly what to do. I knew that credit card content would slow down a lot because banks just did not want to advertise at all. I had reached out to a couple of my close friends who are also in the YouTube space and just asked them, what do you guys think I should do? Would I have to go back to working my marketing agency? Would I have to go back into working at Dunkin' Donuts or something? Who knows? After some careful thought and research, I decided to make a video on stimulus check content. From the research I was doing at the initial time of when the first stimulus check was passed alongside the CARES Act, I saw a spike in viewership with other channels and believed that was a good enough track record for me to follow along and replicate that type of success. Almost immediately after, I had one of my first videos that did extremely well when I was talking about stimulus check content. Just as quick as the doors seemed to close in my face, right alongside of it, another new door opened, and I quickly walked through it and realized this was way better than what I was in before. As soon as I started to make videos talking about stimulus check content and upcoming bills related to the CARES Act, HEROES Act, I started getting a new audience watching my videos with viewership and engagement that I've never seen before on my channel. As you can see, my ad rate actually doubled during the stimulus check content, and I was able to hit a peak of well over $20,000 in just ad revenue alone. Although it was nice seeing all the positive comments, the feedbacks, the likes, and all the emails I was getting, I was unfortunately not all about the content I was making. The difference with stimulus check content and credit card content is I know a lot about credit cards. I know it, I am comfortable with it, and it is a passion and hobby of mine to actually talk about it. When it comes to stimulus check content, I was forcing myself to do research and to talk about politics, which is something I really didn't like doing. I've never been a huge fan of talking about politics. I personally think it's a waste of energy, and stimulus check content, it intertwines with everything that is going on in Capitol Hill. I had to take a break because I was losing my mind. I was getting burnt out, and every day I was dreading what I was doing, and frankly, I felt like a news reporter. I completely went away from what my channel stood for, and I was just presenting information, and people just wanted to watch me for stimulus check content about news, if they would get money or not. And frankly, that wasn't a real good feeling, especially with the way I started my brand. So after that, I decided to do one last push in the stimulus check content. My ad rates doubled once again, and I decided that I was going to retire from the stimulus check content and I'm going back to credit cards because the timing sort of worked out pretty well. Credit card companies were starting to get back to a little bit of where they were. They were allowing more people to sign up for their cards, and it looked like they weren't as stressed as they were prior to the lockdown. Now, at the time of this recording, credit card companies are absolutely blowing money with some record high welcome bonuses that I've never seen before. So content on my original channel still stands. I have no issue with the direction I'm going, and stimulus check content, I think I'll make a few videos every here and now, but I wanted to talk more about the actual market itself. So here are a couple things that I learned from making stimulus check content. One, this market never existed on YouTube before. I don't think we'll ever see stimulus check content come out like this again unless we go through another global pandemic, which I hope, knock on wood, it doesn't happen. Maybe in about 10 years or so, we get something similar, but this was a once in a lifetime opportunity on YouTube for most people. Now, some of you guys may be impressed with how much ad rates I made off of stimulus checks just for 2-3 months, and some of you guys may not care at all. But if I were to share with you some industry secrets, I was getting about 1/10 of the views that major stimulus check YouTube channels were getting. With channels that were doing videos 1, 2, or even 3 times a day, they were getting insane ad rates. And if I were to tell you that some of these stimulus check YouTubers were making millions, not just 1 million, I'm talking about millions of dollars just in ad revenue and further business and affiliates that we had, people were making bank off these stimulus check videos. Let's take a look at Steven Gardner's channel as an example.
You guys are so amazing. You gave my video the other day 97,000 likes. What?
100,000 likes on this video. Can you absolutely believe that? Not many entertainment channels could ever get that much amount, but we're talking about an informational channel with higher CPMs than most channels get and an increase in engagements, views, and unlike that we've ever seen before. Did I also mention that stimulus check content was able to get me trending on YouTube? That's how crazy this type of content was. Who would have ever thought a guy like me would be on the top 10 US trending page on YouTube? But even cooler than that, my most proud moment was being able to help pay off my mom's credit card debt of $10,000 for her birthday. When it comes to stimulus though, there are 2 types of people, and this is what I realized, and this is something that you all have to realize too. There are people that want to help other people out. They're genuinely in the business of providing information, providing knowledge, and doing that on a consistent basis. I like these guys. They're cool. But there's this other side of stimulus check YouTube that I just want to start swinging at. I'm not going to mention the exact names of some of these YouTubers, but they are just in it for the money. And you can clearly tell. If you have a gut feeling, if you read through the comments, if you see the dislikes on the videos, and you can tell that other people can also tell, I believe it's one of the crustiest things you can do by taking advantage of people's viewerships, of them trying to get financial assistance with something like stimulus checks by clickbaiting saying, oh, the new stimulus check is here. It's finally here. It's coming. I started to realize that stimulus check content was less for the value that I was putting out, and it was more for people just to hear reassurance on whether or not something would come out. I realized that's enough of a reason for me to switch. That was my video. Thank you all so much. I know it's a little bit more of a different video, but I really appreciate all of you guys watching. I appreciate all of my loyal subscribers. Thank you all so much again, and until next time, peace out.